there, and don't mind if it works anyway. Saw this Reddit post here talking about how they won a auction and they don't get a response from the seller. I have dealt with this far and too many times, and I figured I would just share a story of, well, I guess what to ask for, and just to share the story, more so to share the story. Anyway, let's get into my lovely story of how I've had similar issues with certain eBay sellers. As you can see at this time, I won a Uncharted 2 game that had a press review code that was very rare. Very interesting. Also, the controller. I always need an extra controller for my PS3, especially authentic. Anyway, this was put up for auction. So, as you can see, 1734, sold for 1250. One thing to know, if nobody knows about the eBay side, you can set a reserve price because essentially that's what this issue is all about. You can set a reserve price if you do not wish to sell the item, and when you do an auction, it's a binding contract. So as you can see, I just asked a question about any issues with the controller. Genuine question, just curious. No sort of description really that was on there talking about the controller. As you can see later on, it says he has the cancel order. He can't sell it for that low. And again, this went for $12.50 in the auction. And then for some reason he answers the question about the controller. And as you can see, I got pretty upset about that. Really, really frustrating to just see this type of scummy selling on eBay. And it shouldn't be allowed. And just it was back and forth here. But this is just to kind of show you how it is when it comes to eBay sellers. Certain ones, typically people don't like to buy from sellers that have very little feedback. But in this case, I believe this person had a decent amount of feedback, possibly as a buyer. But either way, he has had some form of feedback. I think it was maybe like 100. Didn't think it would be too many issues with that right there. As you can see here, this is the price that he tried to give me. As you can see, he says his asking price was for 160, which is not in the auction at all. There wasn't even a buy now for $160. And then he sold it for $12, or she or whoever it is. They can't sell it that low because it's hard to find, and they want me to look it up. Anywho, the person's wanted to give me $100 discount from what they originally wanted. And this is the lowest he can go. And as you can see, I talked about setting a reserve price. A reserve price gets you out of situations like this right here. So if you don't get the amount that you want, then it will essentially just won't sell the item because you put that beforehand. You pay a little extra, but it does give you protection for situations like this. Anyway, lowest he can go. And then he talks about me reporting him. I can't report him from canceling my order, which I did report him, or her, or whoever. And then tries to kind of gloat in my face here, talking about giving me my money back and nice try. And yeah, you can't refuse a sell of an auction. It's supposed to be a binding contract. If not, you get a strike on your seller profile. I guess if nobody's noticed, I'm an eBay seller, so I'm not going to do this right here. If my auction sells low, I have definitely sold things that have sold low. If I can't put anything on there to basically, set a reserve price, then I'm going to honor that. Anyway, he talks about, it's his game, it's his deal, it's his game, have a nice day. I tried cheating him, which I don't know how, but I tried cheating him. And then he's reported me for profanity, which, as you can see, I didn't even say any form of profanity here. But my point was just to show that these are the things that, you have to look out for as an eBay, purchaser or whatever. So these are the things that I think you should look out for when purchasing things on eBay. People with low feedback or just period. When something seems a little, scummy, or when you see an email that just says, hey, you you asked for the refund, which you didn't, I guess you can always just follow up and ask a question and see, what's going on. At the very least, they can report these people, get them striked, and that way, at the very least, we help out somebody else. So, retro game or not, we help out somebody else in this particular situation because it really sucks. And not to mention, eBay gives a lot of leeway to sellers. Like, you are supposed to have, I think, 3 days to send something out for shipping, and then next thing you know, you as a buyer calls up eBay. They give them an additional 3 days to go ahead and ship out your item. I guess this is a little bit of eBay knowledge too, but either way, as you can see, he tried to remove my feedback, which later on I got an email talking about that. I refused, obviously, but yeah, just be aware, man. Just be sure to look out for these type of things when it comes to buying things on eBay or whatever. Just figured I would let people know. And thanks very much for watching.